Today we are going to consider a problem in the perfectly competitive form. In this problem that is given here is the problem for a perfectly competitive firm where the perfectly competitive firm is engaging in production of bread. Now we can see that the market price, that is the per unit of bread price, is rupees 13. The total cost for various units is given here. The quantities and related total cost is given. And on the basis of the given information, we are asked to find out the marginal costs or the values of the marginal cost for various units and to graph it or to make the marginal cost curve. Then in the second question, it is said to identify the profit maximizing output. That is, at what output level the firm will maximize its profit. And in the third question, we are asked to find out the maximum amount of profit that the firm can earn. So let us consider the first question and solve for the marginal cost. So here the table we have considered, we have taken. Before calculating the marginal cost, let us consider the formula of the marginal cost. The marginal cost we can calculate from the changes in the total cost due to the marginal change, a small change in the Q. Remember, here I have used the sign that is triangle. Why? This is because the units that I am considering here, the quantities that I am considering here, these are the discrete quantities. So I will use this triangle shape instead of taking these value. This is also used to find out the change, small change in the total cost, but in that case we consider the total cost, then in that case consider the total cost as the continuous variable, and also if we use the del sign here, then we will consider this Q, the quantity, that is also continuous. But here in this particular example, we are considering discrete units of output. That's why we will use this triangle sign instead of this one. So we will not use this one. Now, if you look at carefully, you can see that at every time the change in the Q is happening by 1 unit. So the denominator in this particular case is always 1. So the marginal cost we can easily calculate if we calculate this change in the total cost. So in this particular case, let us consider the marginal cost values for various units of output. Now, if we consider the 0th unit, that when there is no unit of output is producing, the marginal cost value we cannot calculate. So, we will keep it as blank. For the first unit, the marginal cost value will be just the difference between the total cost for the first unit and the total cost of the 0th unit. So it will be 20 minus 9, or we can write it as 11. Likewise, we can calculate the marginal cost for the second unit, which is 30 minus 20, and the value will be 10. Likewise, the marginal cost values will be 9, 8, 7, 6, then 7 again, 10, 13, and for the 10th unit, the marginal cost value will be 109 minus 90, or we can write it as 19. So these are the marginal cost values, and the first part of the first question, that is calculate the marginal cost, this is done. Now we need to plot it. So we have taken To plot the marginal cost, we have taken a two-dimensional plane here. On the horizontal axis, we will measure the quantity, that is the quantity, and on the vertical axis, we will measure the marginal cost. So, the value of the marginal cost will be starting for the 11, for the first unit. See, for the 0th unit, for example, this is 11 we have taken. But at the 0th unit, we cannot define the marginal cost. So it will not be started from the 0th unit, but it will start from the first unit, which is 11. Then for the second unit, it is little lower. It is equal to 10. So we are assuming it is 10 at here. Now likewise, for the third unit, it became 9. Then it became for the fourth unit 8. Then for the fifth unit, it became 7, even lower. Then for the sixth unit, it is lowest, that is 6. Then after that, for the seventh unit, it again became 7. Then for the eighth unit, it became 10. So it means that it has increased sharply. Now for the ninth unit, it is 13. And for the 10th unit, it is very high, which is almost 19. So if I just join all these points together, the minimum value of the marginal cost, and then we will just join all the points together, this marginal cost curve we can get. So this is the marginal cost curve where it is minimum at the level of 6. And we can also see this thing over here in the table, that for the sixth unit, the value of the marginal cost is the lowest one. So in the graph also, it is getting reflected. Now we will move to the second question, that they identify the profit maximizing output. So as we know, the profit maximizing condition for a firm is what? The profit maximizing condition for a firm is nothing but where the marginal revenue will be equal to the marginal cost. Now marginal revenue in this particular case, we know that marginal revenue is nothing but the price of the unit price of the product in this market. Why? This is because we are considering a perfectly competitive firm, and for the perfectly competitive firm, the firm has no control over the price, that the firm is the price taker, he is not the price maker. So if the firm, in this particular case, if the firm wants to sell one more unit of output, the firm can sell it nothing but at the market price, which is rupees 13. So the marginal revenue in this example, the marginal revenue or the price of the unit price of the output is 13. So we can write the marginal revenue in this particular case is also 13. Now we need to identify that at which output level the marginal revenue, that is 13, is equal to the marginal cost, and we can identify that this is happening at the 9th unit of output. We can see that when firm produces 9 units of output, then the value of the marginal cost is 13, which is nothing but equal to the marginal revenue. So here the profit maximizing condition, that MR equal to MC, is getting satisfied. So the second question, that what is the profit maximizing output? The profit maximizing output will be, 9. So now the third question, we are moving towards the third question, that what is the maximum profit that the firm can earn. So once we get the profit maximizing output, once we decide the profit maximizing output as 9, now we move to identify the profit. How we can calculate the profit? Profit is nothing but the difference between total revenue minus total cost. And the total revenue we can get by multiplying the price with the quantity, and the total cost we will deduct it. Now here the price is given, which is nothing but 30, and quantity, that is the profit maximizing quantity, we will take, that we will multiply here, which is 9, and the total cost, value of the total cost that we can get to produce 9 units of output is nothing but 90. So this is the total cost value. So we will put it 90. So what will be the outcome then? The outcome will be 117, the total revenue that the firm can earn, minus the total cost that is required to produce the 9 units, and the remaining term, that is 27, is the maximum amount of profit that the firm can earn. So this is the maximum profit that the firm can earn when the price of the product, this information is very important, when the price of the product is rupees 13. So the third problem is also solved. The maximum profit is nothing but 27. If you have any question, you can ask in the comments. Thank you.